Okay, everybody, I just started recording the meeting. It's 4:36 p.m. on August 27. Thank you for joining us. Please remember, we'll do a roll call after this meeting, after each motion, sorry. We'll do a roll call. According to my records, as guests, we have Commissioner Ryder, Melanie White, Valerie Fiesel from NAMI, Michelle Klinger, Dr. Klinger from Firelands, and Stephanie Smith from Factor Support Group. Am I missing any guests? Okay. And I believe by phone we have Karen Van Horn as a board member. And everybody else is through a tablet or an iPad. Okay. Robin, would you please read the first motion?
To approve the June 25th, 2020 WebEx audio video minutes of the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Seneca, Sandusky, and Wyandotte Counties.
I'll second.
Dean was first and D was second. Any discussions? Robin, would you please read roll call?
Jimmy Young.
We probably have to unmute everybody.
Jimmy Young.
Yes.
Dean Bliss.
It's plugged in at the desk.
Dean Bliss.
Yes.
Unplug it.
Karen Van Horn. Karen Van Horn.
I'm sorry, Robin. I said yes. You didn't hear me evidently.
Luke Risen.
Yes.
Ruth Watson.
Yes.
Holly Woodard. I'm not sure we have Polly back on the line. Dee Frankert.
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin.
Yes.
Pamela.
Yes.
Charity Ains.
Yes.
Celinda Sugar.
Yes.
Kelly Hoover. Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Robin, we have Marcus on the line as well.
Marcus, we have the motion on the table to approve the June 25th, 2020 WebEx audio video minutes. We're taking a roll call vote. Marcus Finley.
Yes.
Thank you.
Excuse me, I'm back online. It's Polly.
Polly, we were taking a roll call vote for the approval of the June 25th minutes. Polly Woodard.
Yes.
That's everyone, Mircha.
Okay, thank you. I don't know if it's easier maybe for all of you guys if you can manage your own device or phone to mute or unmute yourself. It might make it a little easier for Robin to have to read and then try to manage everybody's page. So if you could, if you don't speak, please mute yourself, and then once Robin reads the motion, just unmute all, and then I think roll call gonna go a little bit quicker. We have the committee meetings. We had 2 committee meetings in the month of August. Administrative committee meeting was August 17 and program August 19. Robin, would you please read the first motion that's recommended by the administrative committee?
To adjust supplement to annual appropriations as follows. Increase Fund 8132, General Fund, line item contract services, $130,072.96.
I'll make a motion.
Second that motion.
So we have Ruth made a motion and Marcus seconded. Any discussions or comments? Okay, Robin, would you please do roll call again?
Okay. Did we lose Mircha?
No, I'm here. I said Ruth made the first and Marcus seconded. Any discussions? Okay, Robin, will you please read roll call?
Jimmy Young, Jimmy Young,
Yes. Yes.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn, Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes, ma'am.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin, Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ains,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes, ma'am.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion passed. Robin, would you please read the third motion?
To authorize the executive director to enter into a contract with the University of Toledo Medical Center and the University of Toledo Physicians, LLC, out of levy reserve funds for youth inpatient mental health services for the period of July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021 in the amount of $45,441.
I'll first on that one, Celinda.
I'll second.
Okay, we'll take D as a second. So we have a first by Celinda and second by D. Any discussions? Robin, roll call again, please.
Jimmy Young,
Yes.
Dean Bliss, Dean Bliss, Karen Van Horn, Karen Van Horn.
Yes, Robin. I'll look myself if that'll work better for you.
Okay. Thank you. Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson, Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Linda Sugar,
Yes.
Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you. Next motion, Robin, please.
To authorize the executive director to enter into a contract with Smith & Laura Company, LPA, for legal services to facilitate civil commitments for the period of July 1st, 2020 through June 30th, 2021 in the amount of $3,000 contingent upon availability of funds.
I see Dean raise his hand.
I'll second that. This is Karen.
So I have first and second. Any discussions? All right, roll call, please.
Jimmy Young,
Yes.
Dean Bliss,
Yes. Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Steve Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
and Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion passed. The next motion is to authorize the calendar year 2019 state audit. I do want to let you guys know that it was certified and approved and filed. So we finally completed it. We received the clean audit, and we are planning to send it to the county commissioner and the state agencies as soon as you guys approve the motion. Robin, would you please read the next motion?
To authorize the executive director to distribute copies of the calendar year 2019 state audit of the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Seneca, Sandusky, and Wyandotte counties. Distributions will be made to the director of the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services and the offices of county auditors and county commissioners in Seneca, Sandusky, and Wyandotte counties.
I'll make a-
motion first.
Yep. And I'll second that.
I have Marcus as first and Ruth as second. Any discussions? Roll call. I have Marcus as first, Ruth second. Any discussions? Roll call, please.
Jimmy Young,
Yes.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes. Did you hear me? Yes?
Yeah.
Sorry. Mm-hmm.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Steve Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Kelly Hoover,
Yes.
Celinda?
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. Robin, would you please read the next motion?
to authorize the executive director to submit the fiscal year 2021 FIS 040 projected budget to the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services.
I'll make the motion. This is Karen.
D, I'll second.
Any discussions? Roll call.
Jimmy Young,
Yes.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
and Kelly Hoover.
Motion passed. Next motion, please.
To approve the August 17th, 2020 WebEx audio-video minutes of the Administrative Committee of the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Seneca, Sandusky, and Wyandotte Counties.
That's Celinda.
I'll second.
I'll,
I have Celinda first, Marcus second. Any discussions? Roll call, please.
I have
Jimmy
a question.
Young? Oh,
It's Dee. I have a quick question. We have to hold our minutes and information like in perpetuity, right? Forever. How are the video and the audio minutes going to be kept and filed? Or if they someone comes in and wants to do an audit and says, tell us what you did or show us what you did on August 27th meeting. Is that a concern at all?
No, we do have, prior to COVID, we have all of our minutes are in writing going back to, I believe, 1979, and we have them filed here in the office. But there have been many public entities prior to COVID that have already started to keep their minutes in a digital format. So with today's technology and with the cloud that we have, we'll keep them all in a digital format. So we will have this available in the years to come for anybody that will be interested to hear or listen to our minutes.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Thank you for the clarification, Rachel.
Roll call, please, Robin.
Jimmy Young, Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Celinda? One more time, please.
Yes.
Okay.
and Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you. No, there was a very good question at the end. I mean, we do have Commissioner Ryder on the call. We can ask her as well. But I know, for example, Seneca County Commissioners, they started editing audio and video approximately maybe 5-7 years ago, as well as other public entities. So it will really be up to us as a board, to you guys as a board, once we can come back to in-person meetings. Do you want to keep track of written minutes, or do we want to continue to record our meetings even if they are in person? So we'll have to make the decision. Program committee. Robin, would you please read the next motion?
To authorize the executive director to submit the community plan and services inventory to the Ohio Department of Mental Health and Addiction Services.
I'll make a motion.
I think there was Pam first.
Yep.
Second.
Second, Kelly. Any discussions? I I can't see it, but I think somebody recommended that we try to do yes and no via chat. In case I hate to interrupt a meeting in the middle of it and try to go a different way, but maybe starting next meeting again. I'm part of so many public meetings, and in some of them everybody just puts a thumbs up, and they don't interrupt only if they are opposing the motion that's on the table. But really what we're following right now is the clarification we received from our legal representative beginning of March. So I maybe recommend we continue this meeting the same way, and maybe starting September we try to find out a way to speed up the process. Robin, would you read the roll call, please?
Jimmy Young,
He said yes, I hear him, he's next door.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Yanes,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion pass. Would you please read the next motion, Robin?
To authorize the executive director to enter into a contract with Firelands Counseling and Recovery Services out of the HRSA grant for implementation of Seneca County QRT and Narcan distribution for the period of June 1st, 2020 through August 31st, 2020, contingent upon availability of funds.
Motion.
I'll,
One second. I realize that the motion doesn't have a dollar amount.
I believe it was $14,079.64.
Yes. Can you repeat that amount again, please?
$14,079.64.
Okay. And Marcus, was that you who made the first?
I'll still motion that, yes.
I'll second it. It's Karen.
Any discussions? Roll call, please.
Jimmy Young,
Yes.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Yanes,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
and Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion passed. Would you please read the next motion?
To authorize the executive director to amend the fiscal year 2021 contract with Oriana House by increasing the contracted amount by $59,651 from $292,907 to $352,558 for the Seneca County Specialized Docket Funds and Seneca County Addiction Treatment Program Funds, contingent upon availability of funds.
I'll make a motion.
And Dean Bliss raised his hand to second, so we have Ruth and Dean. Any discussions? Roll call.
Jimmy Young,
He said yes.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Yanes,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
and Kelly Hoover.
Motion pass. Next motion, Robin.
To authorize the executive director to enter into a fiscal year 2021 contract with Sandusky County Clyde Court Number 1 for specialized docket funds and addiction treatment program funds in the amount not to exceed $53,072 contingent upon availability of funds.
It's Dee. I make the motion.
And I have Solinda second. She raised her hand. Any discussions? Roll call.
Jimmy Young,
Yes.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson, Ruth Watson,
Yes, if you didn't hear me. Yes. Sorry.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Steve Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
and Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion passed. Next motion, please.
To authorize the executive director to enter into a fiscal year 2021 contract with Seneca County Common Pleas Court for addiction treatment program funds in the amount not to exceed $10,349 contingent upon availability of funds.
From McLaurin.
Pamela. Thank you.
Second.
Marcus second. Any discussions? Roll call.
Jimmy Young,
Yes.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Steve Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
and Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion passed. Last motion, Robin.
To approve the August 19th, 2020 WebEx audio video minutes of the Program Committee of the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Seneca, Sandusky, and Wyandotte Counties.
Motion.
Marcus.
Dee. I second.
D second. Any discussions? Roll call.
Jimmy Young,
Yes.
Dean Bliss,
Yes. Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Steve Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela
Yes.
McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
and Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion passed. Okay. Whew. All right. All business. There's no old business to conduct at this time. New business. In my letter Friday to you guys, I sent you guys information about a meeting I had with the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Comp regarding substance use recovery and workplace safety program. I will summarize again. I believe I did send you guys some information in writing. But Ohio BWC is planning to assist local employers with various tasks as they relate to recovery and addictions, and they really want to partner with our board to really be the fiscal agent for the 3 counties when it comes to businesses that might choose to participate in this program. I will summarize that this program to BWC will cover payment of employer written policy development relating to substance use issues, could also pay for legal review of employer policies relating to substance use issues. It can also pay for employee training, supervisor training, and employee drug testing to better manage and retain workers in recovery. So these are the main areas that these funds can pay for if any local business that's already using BWC chooses to participate. The goal is for them, again, for us to be the fiscal agent and bridge the gap between the state agency and local chambers, as well as economic development groups. For every funds that are being drawn down in the 3 county areas by local businesses, our board will retain 7% of that amount into our contract. So let's say that in the last quarter of this calendar year, 10 businesses participate to do employee training or participate in the drug testing program, and they draw down $10,000 from BWC. The money gonna come to the board, then the board gonna reimburse the businesses, and after the quarter ends, BWC gonna send the board another check that is 7% of the $10,000. And those funds can be used at the discretion of the board. So really, it's 7% for our admin cost. If we choose to participate, we will have to keep track of these funds totally separate from any other funds that we have. Again, the money comes straight from the state, from Ohio Bureau of Workers' Comp, straight to the Mental Health and Recovery Service Board. A business, for example, can get reimbursed up to $21,600 for employee and supervisor trainings. Drug testing is only for people in recovery, which it's a little tricky trying to determine what exactly that means. But people in recovery, if they are drug tested, and there's six different types of drug testing, or when the drug testing should happen, pre-employment, accident, random, and so on. Again, there will have to be people in recovery that they will reimburse for only. They really want to put a focus on policies as it pertains to these businesses, and they will pay for policies to be reviewed, especially when it comes to medicine, marijuana, or recreational marijuana, maybe in the future in Ohio, as well as they will pay for even a legal review of those policies. So I had the discussions again with them. I had a few meetings after that, and we exchanged a few emails earlier this week. They have already proposed the contract to us, and I believe I summarized the highlights of our role when it comes to this program. In the past, just for everybody to know, in the past, we often partner with economic development or chamber or various local businesses to conduct trainings. So this is not a new field for us. In the past, we conducted training when it comes to, again, when Ohio passed the medical marijuana legislation. We conducted training with businesses when Ohio passed the casinos and the gambling. We had ongoing trainings regarding the opioid epidemic, regarding mental health crisis services, and so on. So this is not really a new field for us. I believe they chosen us because, one, we cover 3 counties, and they believe we have the relationship with, as I say, the local agencies here and local businesses, as well as our finances being all through the Seneca County Auditor's Office. So it's up to, really, I'm bringing it up to you guys. I would recommend for us to enter into this contract and try this program. Again, it will be just another door that will open for us when it comes to partnering with local businesses when it comes to behavioral health. Any questions?
Yeah, I had a question, Mayor Chuck. Is this something that current staff can absorb, or will it be something we'll need more staffing to help with that?
We are planning for the current staff to absorb this.
Good deal.
Mrs. Pam, what are the dates on this?
The date of the beginning of the contract is September 1st and gonna go through June 30th of next year, with the plan for these funds to continue. But these funds are were approved in the budget under Safety and Hygiene Fund. So it obviously depends on of the legislators to continue to approve this. But initially, the legislators approved $10 million for this project statewide, and they told me that they are not sure if they're going to even spend $1 million by the end of this calendar year. So they are projecting this program to continue for at least 2 to 3 years.
Thank you.
I think Jimmy has a question. Robin, would you please unmute him? Go ahead, Jimmy.
I'm going to have to leave, let you know I'm leaving.
Okay, thank you. Any other questions or comments? Hey, Pamela, I realized that we initially talked September 1st. If you guys approve it today, we could come back to August 27 as the beginning date. But honestly, by the time we put a fund account in place and have all the resolutions ready by the Seneca County Budget Commission, we won't be able to start anything until probably middle of September. But the contract could have either September 1st or August 27 as the start date. Well, I will. If we plan to move forward with this program, really there are 3 motions that I would recommend Robin to read them all 3 at once, all 3 into one, I guess. They require a resolution. Will use your electronic signature. If you guys don't have any questions, I'm gonna have Robin go ahead and read the motions. Are you guys, as a group, feel like this is something maybe we need to, we can take on or should take on?
I'm in favor of it.
Mircha, I just had a question. Is this something that will be promoted through workers' comp to companies, or is this something that we'll need to get the word out there so that our local companies can participate?
It is my understanding that they will do most of that work. They will do most of the work when it comes to marketing and promoting the program, as well as working with the chambers. I think they are looking for us more as the fiscal agent of the program.
Thank you.
Robin, please go ahead and read the resolution into one large motion, and then we can do roll call.
To authorize the executive director to designate fund account 8300 as BWC Substance Use Recovery and Workforce Safety Program, to adjust the calendar year 2020 Certificate of Estimated Resources as follows. Fund 8300, increase for calendar 2020 BWC Substance Use Recovery amount $20,000, and to adjust supplement to annual appropriations as follows. Increase Fund 8300, BWC line item contract services 83000703530600 in the amount of $18,600, and increase Fund 8300 BWC line item contract services other 83000703530601 in the amount of $1,400.
I'll move.
D, I'll second.
For D.
We have Celinda and D. I do want to remind everybody what we did here. It's a resolution 1 to establish a fund account So establish something from zero as a fund account. Also part of the resolution was to estimate approximately $20,000 in revenue from now until the end of the calendar year. And the last part of the resolution was for those $20,000 to be appropriated in line items for us to be able to spend them once the funds come to us. And the two line items was contract services, $18,600. Those were funds that we plan to pay out local businesses who want to participate in this program. And $1,400 was contract services other. It's our admin cost for us to be able to use for office utilities, such as electric, gas, internet, and so on. All right, Robin, would you please do roll call?
Karen Van Horn,
Yes, I go for that.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes, ma'am.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert,
Yes.
Marcus Finley, I believe that was a yes from Marcus. Belinda Sugar,
Yes.
Kelly Hoover, I think Kelly's trying to wave there. Yeah, Kelly.
Ruth Watson does too. You forgot me.
No, it's just a different order, sorry. Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
and Charity Ames.
Yes.
Motion passed. Executive Director report. Again, I apologize. It appears that most of the time we just try to do roll call. So I will really look into maybe different best practices by the time we meet again in September and try to figure out a way that we can approve these motions a little bit quicker so we can maybe have most of the meeting more interaction than just doing roll call. Thank you again, everybody, for joining us. It's 5:20 almost. I'll be very short on my report by saying that what I want everybody to plan for. We are planning to schedule a ethics training. I'm really grateful that we were able to get Dr. Gillette to commit today for us to do a board-specific ethics training, and we're able to put him on a calendar on November 16, 2020. There will be the administrative committee night, and my plan is talk to you guys during committee meetings in September and probably approve November 18, which was already on a calendar for program committee, to be a combined committee meeting night. So I wanted to give you guys heads up as far as possible ahead of this training, just because it will be a very important training, ethics specific to board members, on November 16, 4:30 to 6 p.m. I am planning to work with the state of Ohio to approve it for all of you guys to get credit for this as a board member. In addition to that, we are planning September 24, which is the board meeting, and October 29, which is the following board meeting. Each of the board meetings at the end for half an hour to do a Robert's Rules of Order training. And I'm planning for that to also be approved by the state of Ohio. So you guys gonna get plenty of training from now until the end of the year. With that, I would like to pass it to Stephanie Smith from Factor Support Group. She will do a training tonight on Narcan for all of you guys, and everybody who is on for this training will be able to then mail you tomorrow a Narcan kit at your home. Stephanie, go ahead.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Factors only role with the naloxone grant that the health department has is the community training and distribution. So I'm just going to do a short training. It only takes a few minutes. So the first questions people normally ask me is, how will I know if this is an overdose to even administer the naloxone? And what I usually say is, if there is suspected use and the person has loss of consciousness or is not responding to the touching or yelling, and their breathing is short and their pulse is low, those are usually good signs. And then also if they have any type of gurgling or vomiting, that's usually a good sign of an opiate overdose as well. If you don't know whether they're using opiates or not and they're not responsive, I always say if there's suspected use to please administer the naloxone anyway, because it won't hurt the individual and it can only really help the situation. So when all else fails and there's loss of consciousness and there's suspected use, the best idea would be to administer the naloxone. So the first steps to that when there's loss of consciousness, it would be to try to wake the individual up, obviously. So rubbing the sternum is a really good way to wake the individual up, and applying pressure right there, and kind of just talking to the individual. If they don't wake up from the sternum rub or talking to the individual, it's recommended that you then call 911 before you administer the naloxone. I know that doesn't always happen, but I always want to say that because the faster that the ambulance, any EMTs or first responders can get there, the better. So it's recommended to call 911. But if you wait until after administering the naloxone, definitely do it after. So the Narcan kits look like this, and each kit has the box in it with two applicators. The kits also have a face screen because when administering the naloxone, it is also suggested that you give 2 rescue breaths before you give the naloxone. I always make sure to say that. A lot of people aren't usually comfortable giving rescue breaths to individuals they don't know, but there's a face shield in there. The applicators are in a foil packaging. I know a lot of people in the community like to just keep their, they don't like to carry this. They carry it here. It is definitely important to keep it in the foil packaging, however, because that is what prevents it from just being administered in your purse or whatever. So you wouldn't know that it was used. So please keep in the foil packaging. So when administering the naloxone, you would just simply want to place the individual on their back and remember the 3 Ps. So it's going to be peel the packaging back. And this is what the naloxone looks like. It's already preloaded, so there isn't any, it's so much easier these days. There's nothing that you have to do. So once you peel the packaging back, you're going to place it up the individual's nose and then press the applicator all the way up to administer the naloxone into one nostril. So that's, I always tell people if they can't remember anything else, the life-saving technique to remember is just the 3 Ps. So to peel the packaging back, to place the applicator up the nostril, and then to press the applicator all the way up to administer the naloxone. After administering the naloxone, you're going to want to place the person in a recovery position, which is just laying on their side. So if any type of liquid comes up, vomiting or whatever their gurgling comes up, they wouldn't choke on that. So you just lay the individual on their side, and you can wait 2 to 3 minutes. And if the person does not respond, you can administer another dose of naloxone. That's why there's 2 kits in the box, because you can continue to administer naloxone every 2 to 3 minutes until the EMT comes. I mean, normally they come within the time of administering 2 and waiting that last 3 minutes because we have such great first responders. So you really would only need 2 before they get there. And then if you haven't called 911 before administering the naloxone, please call 911 after. Even if the individual wakes up, it's extremely important. The naloxone, there is a period after you administer the naloxone that it will wear off. And depending on how much opiates the individual has taken that day, it could wear off and the person can go into overdose again. So it's extremely important that no matter what the situation, that we call 911 so that they can get the proper medical treatment, because we don't want to have something happen later on that day or at night. And also we have the new QRT team, so that would be a link to treatment as well. So just to review, if there's a suspected overdose, rub the sternum, try to wake the individual up, put the person on their back. Remember the 3 Ps: peel, press, plate, press, and then call 911. Thank you.
Stephanie, how many kits did you distribute in Seneca County since the beginning of this grant? This grant was started fall of 2019, correct?
Was started in October of 2019. And the grant that we received was for 500 kits, and the health department distributes as well. So they do the larger trainings, like when we had the training for Factor, Emily Eichhorn from the health department will come in and do those. And then Factor does the community kits. So Factor has done almost 100 individuals. And then I know Emily has done many more as far as groups go. So.
And anybody can get this 10-minute training from you if they call you, and they can get a free kit, correct?
Yes, that's right. We have the Factor phone line, which is call or text. And when they call that, then they'll be scheduled with an appointment with me to do the 10-minute training and receive their kit. And any individual in Seneca County, I'm available for that for.
Do they have to be Seneca County?
Nobody's ever asked me that question. I would assume that they would have to be Seneca County, since that's kind of how our grant is written. And I haven't had any requests outside of the county, so nobody has asked me that. It's a good question. I will ask Emily that.
Well, sometimes you don't want to ask what you don't want to hear, but my point is, when somebody meets with you, you don't tell them, "Hey, show me proof of residency." Is that correct?
No, I don't have any proof of residency. And honestly, I have a lot of people that would prefer to remain anonymous. But I just keep that information doesn't go to the health department, but I don't ask for anything. I just, they list their address for me. And the reason that I take the address is it's not to keep tabs on who has it, because anyone can have Narcan. There's no prescription really required to hold it. But the reason is, if there was to be a recall within the next year, we want to be able to alert everyone that I've trained and Emily and everyone, and let them know and get them out a kit as fast as possible. So that's the only record that we really keep of it.
And this is free of cost to anybody who contacts you, correct?
Yes, absolutely. 100% free of cost.
How much is Narcan if I have to buy it over the countertop at Kroger, for example?
I have no idea.
Last time I checked, I thought it was roughly $125.
So you can just call Stephanie and get it for free, or you can go to Kroger and pay $125. It's pretty good.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's why we were so excited to be a part of this grant this year, because just getting the kits out into the community. We had just last month a family that had received a training through me, and they administered it to their child. The child's life was the son's life was saved. They called, asked for more Narcan, I brought it, and 2 days later, they were able to save their other child's life with it. So, the beauty of just having it available for free and being able to get it that quickly is amazing.
Stephanie, is Rigel Recovery a part of this project as well?
Yes, Oriana House is. So Oriana House is on the grant with Factor Support Group and the health department. Rigel Recovery offers the training and kits to their individuals who have opiate use in their file, and when they're receiving their Vivitrol, they will get that at Rigel, and the same at Crossway. So there's a link for each place with Emily, and they provide that as they're leaving or as they're entering into treatment at one or the other program. And then I believe we're just finishing the paperwork, and Emily's already submitted for next year, which is would be October. And I'm not sure how many other community partners she's added, but I do know that Hope and Fostoria is going to be added. So Factor will handle Tiffin, and we will lean on them to handle Fostoria for community distribution.
Stephanie, do you have recommendations as far as storing in cars, or where it stays out there in the heat and in the cold?
I do. So what I've been told is that in the extreme heat and in extreme cold, it is not a good idea to store. So the car is not the best idea. And if an individual has Narcan now that's been stored in the car and they think has been in the extreme heat or cold, they can call me and bring that to me and I'll replace it. But what they also, Project Dawn wanted to make sure everyone knew is if you did have a kit that had the extreme heat or cold that it was exposed to, we're not taking that kit back from them. They could use it as a secondary. So because, we don't know whether it's okay or not, but it's not a good idea to keep them that way. So we just like to give people a kit and have them keep it, and it's suggested to keep in room temperature.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any questions for Stephanie? Hey Dean, does your officers all carry Narcan?
Yeah, all of our officers are equipped with Narcan, and we take it out in the field. We actually have, the reason I asked that question is just to make sure that everybody kept it out of the extreme heat. We had to buy special cases for it if it unfortunately had to sit in our cruiser for too long.
Now,
Yeah.
is this a mandate to all law enforcement agencies across Ohio, or is this optional to have the Narcan with them?
Yeah, I believe it should be mandated. However, it is not. It's optional.
Okay.
We get most of our Narcan from the health department, and we've unfortunately, when we ran out and they ran out, we had to purchase it. And going back to the question of cost, Robin's right on around $125. We were getting it for just under $100 for the 2 doses.
And I guess one more add to this. I do believe, and Stephanie or Dean, you might know as well, but I do believe it is required by law for person administering the Narcan to call 911. Is that correct?
I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you.
Stephanie?
I actually don't know the answer to that either. I just know that there's the laws put in place that if the person does, that there wouldn't be any repercussions to that person, which is what I usually tell the our addicted population when I provide them with the Narcan. But I don't know if there is. I really don't know if there's a law or not.
Correct. Well,
Stephanie, do you want to explain the Good Samaritan law to everybody so they understand what you're talking about with that?
Yeah. So, and it's really important for. Sorry, were you talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's really important with our addicted population. The Good Samaritan law says that if an individual needs assistance medically for drug-related reasons, such as an overdose, that the person calling 911 cannot be prosecuted for calling or being a part of that situation. So it's essentially supposed to save the life, so that the person that is making the efforts to save the life can make the right call and do the right thing.
So I would just want to add on here, as Seneca County just implementing their QRT team, they are keeping track of individuals who overdose. Good Samaritan law is really giving everybody 3 chances before the local prosecutor going to press charges on them. And one of the mandates of the law is also for them to, I believe the law is calling for an assessment, an addiction assessment. It doesn't really call for you to start treatment, but it calls that you are mandated to go ahead and do an assessment to keep your immunity. So yes, that's a great point, Dean and Stephanie, for bringing this up. Okay. Well, if you guys don't have any other questions, we will mail you the Narcan kit home. I do want to circle back to one item that Robin just sent me a text about. We realized that in the last large motion that we read, we didn't actually specify entering into a contract with BWC. So I will entertain a motion prior to us adjourning of authorizing the executive director to enter into a contract with Ohio BWC's for the Substance Use Recovery and Workforce Safety Program. This motion or contract will not necessarily have a dollar amount, as the dollar amount will depend of how many local businesses will participate.
A motion.
So Linda made the first. Can I have a second? Dean, second. Robbie, would you please do roll call one more time?
Dean,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn, Karen Van Horn,
I'm sorry, yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard, Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert, Pamela McLaurin, Pamela McLaurin,
Yes.
Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
and Kelly Hoover.
Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you. And the last motion to adjourn.
The August 27th, 2020 meeting of the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board of Seneca, Sandusky, and Wyandotte County.
I motion.
Marcus,
Second.
second. Ruth, roll call, please.
Dean Bliss,
Yes.
Karen Van Horn,
Yes.
Luke Risen,
Yes.
Ruth Watson,
Yes.
Holly Woodard,
Yes.
Dee Frankert,
Yes.
Pamela McLaurin, Charity Ames,
Yes.
Marcus Finley,
Yes.
Celinda Sugar,
Yes.
and Kelly Hoover.
Yes. Yes.
Motion passed. Thank you,
Mayor
everybody.
Chief,
Go ahead.
Can I ask
Linda.
can I ask a quick question on the Narcan before everybody signs off?
Yes.
The form that you emailed us, do we only complete that if we want to receive a kit at our home?
Is Stephanie still on?
I think she signed off, but I believe so.
You know, so Linda, we can send all of you guys an email tomorrow morning with that one pager to clarify that. But I believe that's the only thing we need from you guys. Yes.
It's just that form?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Okay. That I just wanted to clarify that that's what the form was. So thank you.
I have a question.
I filled the form out. I was going to drop it off or mail it in, but if it's only for Seneca County and I live in Wyandotte County, is that relevant then, or?
No, it's not. It's fine.
Okay. All
I
right.
think you can turn it in. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right.
Kelly, did you have a question?
I just wanted to apologize for all my running around. I have 6 kids at my house, so I'm very sorry if I interrupted anything.
What's fine?
Kelly, Kelly, I got 2 more. I kept them in the back room. I'll bring them to you from now on.
I'm about to lose my
I do want to thank all of you guys for joining us, and I know with this technology it's still kind of difficult and could be frustrating at times, so I apologize for that. And I'm going to try to search for maybe even more best practices that we can stream down the time of approving every motion. But I do want to make sure that we do it according to the Ohio law, and we don't violate anything that can then put the board in jeopardy. So thank you again, everybody, for joining. If you have any questions, please call us, email us. We adjourn at 5:43 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
And